Hey everybody, this is dHunter, bringing another action figure collection video. This is going to be episode 54, and it's going to consist of McFarlane's Batman Classic TV Series 1966 Adam West TV show figures. Now, I haven't done a collection video in a long time. It's been almost a year. I was almost at the end of my collection videos, and I got to the point where it was McFarlane's DC Multiverse, and I got, I guess, a little overwhelmed. There are just far too many figures to put into one video. So, I decided I'm going to do those 1 year at a time. But before we get there, we're going to knock out McFarlane's 1966 line. Their 1966 line is a 6-inch scale line, which disappointed me, as I much prefer the 7-inch stuff. Still, I collect anything Batman related, 6 and 7-inch scale, so this was right up my alley. And the line has become a lot better than I ever expected. Yeah, it's a basic retro line. The articulation is kind of basic, but they're 6-inch scale. And they've made at least 3 different Batman villains that have never been released before in 6 and 7-inch scale, and I really appreciate that. We have King Tut, Egghead, and then the upcoming Lord Deathman. Really excited for all those figures. The playsets and vehicles are also really cool. If you want to see how extensive my Batman-related unopened action figure collection is, check out episode 1, the overview. There will be a link in the description below. In this video, we're going to take a look at each of the figures. Wave by wave, we're going to check out everything that I have unopened and everything I have open as well. And I have 100% every single figure and every single variant, both open and unopened. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we dig into this video, let's take a quick look at my overall action figure collection. Here's when I had everything laid out in the house. So I think I've finally done it. I've unpacked all of the figures. As you can see here, we have the Diamond Select Toys Gotham collection. Here's a bunch of my Mezco unopened figures. Some more Mattel stuff. Here's the Legends of the Dark Knight line. This is the Batman Power Attack line. Sort of Batman Unlimited. All my Justice League Unlimited stuff. This is the entire DC Direct and DC Collectibles Arkham collection. Mattel's 1966 line. DC Superhero Girls. All the different NECA Batman figures. Some Target exclusive line. All the amazing Yamaguchi figures back there. Some Spin Master stuff. The Mattel Batman Missions line. Of course, in the very back, it's my entire comic collection with all the recent McFarlane releases in front. And above that, got a bunch of DC Direct and Mattel figures in the last several years. Moving on, pretty much the entire Mattel's The Batman line. Back here in the back, got my SH Figure Arts Batman figures. This side, we've got all the different Mattel Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins figures. Massive amount of piles. Back here, we've got the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series figures, and a lot of them are on top as well. Can't wait to get to that video. That one and the Arkham collection and DC Universe Classics. Some videos I'm really excited to do. Here are the Mattel figures. I can see the Batman Legacy, Batman Unlimited. It goes all the way from the original Batman line. Here's the Batmobile. And it's going to go all the way to DC Superheroes, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse. A ton of figures. Great era with Mattel. Fun stuff. But I do like what McFarlane's doing. But I do miss these days, that's for sure. Going back to Kenner and Hasbro, ton of Batman Beyond, Batman the Animated Series stuff. I mean, that just seemed endless to go through, my word. Look at these piles of unopened figures. Batman Animated Series continues all the way back here. Absolute ton of stuff just stacked up. On top of this table here, got all the Mafex figures and a bunch of one-offs. Some Hasbro, some McFarlane, or Mattel rather, anniversary figures, amazing Yamaguchi, Kia Sima, all kind of different import type stuff. Then we've got JLA and Total Justice figures. And then on to all the rest of the DC Direct stuff. Bunch of DC Direct Batman related figures. Some more chill in the back here. And I filled up all these shelves temporarily, just storing all these DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And it's almost done. Here's the Mattel Batman Brave and the Bold line. I did not realize how extensive that got. And a ton more Brave and the Bold down here. Moving on again. Some old Toy Biz, Super Friends, and DC superhero figures. Leading into the Dark Knight collection. Then we'll go to the Batman Returns figures. And then, of course, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. It's a bunch of different Batcaves. And some more animated stuff in the back there. So here's the first wave of McFarlane's 1966 classic TV series Batman figures. Now this was originally a Target exclusive, but it looks like it's branched out to be available elsewhere at this point. This first wave consisted of an Adam West Batman, Burt Ward Robin, a Platinum Chase variant of the unmasked Burt Ward Robin, Cesar Romero with the Joker, and then a Platinum Chase variant of the Joker with a domino mask on. Now these figures each came with an action bubble that the show was known for, straight out of the comics. Wham, pow, etc. Pretty cool idea for a line. So let's take a look. This is a retro line. It's on old sort of cardback DC McFarlane toys. Here's Batman. He's got the action feature accessories. They all have that. In the back, you can see Batman, Adam West, Batman and Robin in the Batcave. Then we have the Burt Ward Robin, old school Dick Grayson, Batman, Robin in the Batcave. Here is the McFarlane Platinum Edition. These are very rare. I remember when I did get these figures, I originally got one of each of them at Target, and then since I wanted my second pair to keep unopened, I did a site to store order, and I ordered both Robin and the Joker, and they were both the Platinum Chase variants. Was very surprised, pleasantly. The likeness to Burt Ward is not bad. It does show the unmasked version on the back. Then we have the Cesar Romero Joker. Now, one thing McFarlane did not do is they didn't sculpt the mustache and paint over it. They made him as he was sort of pretending like he's supposed to look. Different action effects. Here's the Joker. And finally, we have the McFarlane Platinum Edition of the Joker with the domino mask on. Batman Classic TV series, same action effects. On the backside, you do see the Joker with the mask on. Here's the Adam West Batman figure out of the package. Now these figures, they're kind of basic, kind of crappy. They're kind of advertised that way. Retro, old school figures. The articulation sucks, but they actually look pretty good. I just wish they were a little bigger. Adam West Batman in all of his glory. I'll tell you, the face sculpt is actually pretty good. Paint job's not bad. It's got the cloth soft goods cape, which, nothing special there, nothing to write home about. Articulation's pretty basic, single joints. But there's definitely some charm here. I enjoy the line, and as it's gone pretty deep, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And here's the Burt Ward Robin out of the package. He's a little bit smaller, and he should be. It's a traditional, classic, iconic Dick Grayson Robin, just like from the old school comics. Black domino mask, hair parted on the side, soft goods cape, green short shorts and tights, elf shoes. It's kind of ridiculous, and they put it in live action. And then they had a Platinum Chase variant, unmasked Dick Grayson. Pretty cool figure. The likeness, it's really not bad to a young Burt Ward. I don't want to say impressed exactly, but I was not displeased with how it came out. Besides that, it's exactly the same figure. I bought a third Platinum Chase unmasked Burt Ward with the intent to make Dick Grayson in civilian attire, and I did just that. But the base body I chose is just a little bit small, and it looks weird. The head's too low, you can't see the neck, it's like some kind of midget. I don't know. It would have worked so good, but I don't know, the head is just doesn't look right. Still, I hope the line will eventually give us a civilian Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. Here's the Cesar Romero Joker out of the package. Traditional old school looking Joker. Big red smile, green flowing hair, eyebrows up, he's in the middle of laughing. Now they didn't do the mustache detail, which I think they probably should have done as part of the charm. Still, not bad. It's got the green shirt, black tie, purple suit. Some stuff's kind of awkward on him. You can see the joint, like on the inside, is a different shade. Still, cool figure. Basic, but pretty cool. And here's the Platinum Chase variant of this Joker. This one, unlike Robin, who's unmasked, this one has a mask on, which is not the Joker's usual look. This one didn't excite me nearly as much as the Robin, because that one I wanted to make the civilian Dick Grayson, and even though I failed at that, I really have no use for this masked Joker. I believe in that episode just sort of mocking Batman. And then here's wave 2 of the 66 line. We have Batman in the swimsuit, Joker in the swimsuit, and then Riddler and the Platinum Chase unmasked Riddler. Here's Batman. More action bubble effects. He's in a swimsuit. That is just absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they would have variants like this already in wave 2. The back, another picture of Batman. Batman robbing the Batcave. But you can't have Batman in a swimsuit without Joker in a swimsuit for him to fight against or surf against, whatever. Once again, absolutely ridiculous. On the back side, another picture of Joker in the Batcave. Now, it seemed like they wanted to have at least one variant of Batman in every single wave. Finally, another villain. The Riddler looks pretty good. Frank Gorshin, action effects, big green suit and a question mark. Backside, here's a Riddler. The likeness is pretty good if you ask me. And then we have the McFarlane Platinum Edition Chase variant. Unmasked Riddler. Frank Gorshin. On the back, they actually show the Riddler with the mask on this time, which is kind of odd, as they did a pretty good job having the Platinum Chase variants different on the back with the first wave. Here's Batman with the swimsuit. Now, unlike the Mattel version, this guy didn't come with any accessories. The Mattel one had the surfboard, which you can use for this figure. As a whole, this entire line didn't really have accessories until a very later wave. At least not traditional accessories. Pretty much the same Batman figure. Likeness is the same. Cloth soft goods cape, etc. But he's got big, giant swim trunks on top of his bat suit. It is just ridiculous. And that's part of the charm of the show in this episode. And even this action figure line. And then we have Joker with the swim trunks. Equally as ridiculous. He's in a 3-piece suit and has got bright green swim trunks on top. Absolute madness. Once again, no real accessories. You can use the Mattel surfboard that came with that Joker. Now we have the Riddler. Finally, a new character in the line. He's got the pink domino mask. The likeness, not bad. I can totally see Frank Gorshin from the show. Overall, looks pretty good. It's like a Riddler from the Silver Age. Question marks up in his pants as well. And then we have the Platinum Chase variant unmasked Riddler. Edward Nygma. The likeness, it's good, but adding the domino mask really kind of just sells it for me. Beyond that, same figure, but I like these unmasked ones. I think are pretty cool Platinum Chase variants. Sure beats the unpainted artist proofs they did in the multiverse line for a while. And I got a third unmasked Riddler. Did a head swap, popped him onto a Marvel Legends body that I thought looked appropriate for a civilian Edward Nygma in this sort of 60s environment. I love making these unmasked civilian characters. And here's the third wave of Adam West TV show figures. We have Batman, and this time he's in boxing shorts with boxing gloves on. Of course, it's on top of his batsuit. And then you have the Riddler the exact same way. There's an episode where the two of them are boxing. We finally have the Burgess Meredith the Penguin, and then the Eartha Kitt Catwoman. I thought it was kind of interesting they started off with the Eartha Kitt Catwoman. It seems like Julie Newmar is your first, most logical choice, but a welcome choice for sure. She looks fantastic. Batman, more action accessories. He's got boxing gloves and boxing shorts on top of the batsuit. It is ridiculous to say the least. Backside, here's Batman with his boxing gloves. Then we have Riddler the exact same way. Pink boxing shorts, black gloves, action bubbles. Here's a Riddler ready to box Batman. And now we have the Penguin. He's in a very traditional look, which I appreciate. He's got black suit, white shirt, sort of pink or purple hat. Looks like an actual penguin. Backside, there's the Penguin. I think he's a fantastic looking figure. And Eartha Kitt Catwoman. I think this is the second person to play Catwoman. Black woman as a role in a villain in a superhero show. Very unusual for the time. More action bubble effects, and these ones are pretty specific to Catwoman. On the backside, here she is, looking excellent. Here is Batman with the boxing gloves on. Once again, it's a lot of reuse from the first figure and the second one, but he has these boxing gloves and boxing shorts attached. Ridiculous, just like the show. Then we have the Riddler to box against the Batman. Same Riddler figure, but boxing shorts and boxing gloves added. We have the question marks below that. And here's the Burgess Meredith Penguin. Thought the figure is fantastic. Big fat guy in a suit. Got a bow tie, limited articulation. Excellent looking penguin. Got the monocle and everything. Skin maybe a little bit dark. Then we have the Eartha Kitt Catwoman. Really cool to finally be getting some more villains, 2 in one wave. And her face looks so good. So does the hair. Very good job on this figure. Got the necklace, sort of almost sharp claws. The outfit itself, they tried to make it, I don't know, sort of shiny. It kind of looks cool, kind of looks weird. Now we have Series 4 of this line. This consisted of a black and white Batman, black and white Joker, the Julie Newmar Catwoman, and then the auto premature Mr. Freeze. You may wonder why they're making black and white figures. The show's in color. Well, the majority of households had black and white TVs back then, so a lot of people are going to remember the show in black and white. Let's take a look. Black and white Batman, black and white action bubble effects. It's the same Batman from Series 1, but of course in black and white. And it looks kind of cool seeing him in black and gray colors. Kind of gives you a darker sort of Batman look. Backside, Batman looking not so dark and serious in black and white. Then we have Joker. He's also in black and white, and he has some weird sort of dark parts above his eyes. Black and white action bubble effects. Joker in black and white from the TV show. Then we have the Julie Newmar Catwoman. I believe this is her from the movie. She has the same action bubble effects Eartha Kitt did. On the back, there she is. And finally, Mr. Freeze. A brand new Bat-Rogue. Finally, McFarlane is separating themselves from Mattel, making different characters. I really appreciate it that this Freeze looks awesome. Look at those orange, bushy eyebrows. He really needs a freeze ray. Here's Freeze on the back, holding a freeze ray that the figure doesn't come with. Here's the black and white Batman. It's going to be the exact same sculpt as a Series 1 Batman, but there's something about seeing the Adam West Batman in a black and gray batsuit that's pretty cool. The black cape. And here's the black and white Joker. All gray, black, and white. A little shading above the eyes makes him look, I don't know, kind of weird, kind of creepy. Here's the Julie Newmar Catwoman. Little correction. She was actually the actress that played her in season 1. Then they switched to Eartha Kitt. And then there was a third actress, Lee Merriweather, that played Catwoman in the film. It's the exact same body, but a different head. Cat ears on top. The domino mask. She looks good. Has the same sort of shiny effect going on in the suit there. Exact same body mold. And then here's Mr. Freeze. Finally, one of these 6-inch 1966 lines have broken out of the Joker, Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman mold, giving us a new character, a new villain, and they did not disappoint. The figure looks great. The skin is very pale. He's got those big, bushy orange eyebrows. He's got that sort of circle thing around his head, which is definitely not a helmet, but something to keep him cold. The suit looks very old, sort of sci-fi, sort of retro. I hope they make the other version of Freeze as well. And along the way, there were a couple of one-off releases, not part of a traditional wave. We have the unmasked Adam West Batman. That was some sort of con exclusive, but it was easily available at the Target website and stores. And then we have Alfred as Batman. Once again, this is some sort of con exclusive, but also very easy to get. I thought they were going to do a Platinum Chase variant of the unmasked Batman, but no, they just made it some sort of exclusive. Same figure from the Wave 1 except for the head. Same action bubbles on the back. Unmasked Adam West Batman. And then we have Alfred as Batman. Now, it's pretty much the same Batman for Wave 1, except the face is a little bit different. He's got a mustache. And some of the sculpting detail on the cheeks, it's very signature to sort of Alan Napier and looks very different from Adam West. Here he is on the back. He's the only Alfred they made in the line. Hope they do a suited one eventually. Here's the unmasked Adam West Batman. Now, definitely the same figure from Series 1, except for the head. And it looks pretty freaking good if you ask me, especially for a basic line. These guys are less than 20 bucks. I can totally see Adam West here. And I got a third unmasked Adam West Batman. Took his head off, popped it onto a Mattel Clark Kent body, and then made an Adam West Bruce Wayne civilian attire. And I think this came out fantastic. The base body is a lot bigger than the figures in this line. That's the size I wish this line was. But the head works pretty good on him. Works a lot better than my weird midget Dick Grayson. And then here's Wave 5. We have the black and white Burt Ward Robin, Vincent Price Egghead, and the black and white Frank Gorshin Riddler. Of course, you gotta have a black and white Robin to go with your black and white Batman. Straight up re-release. Backside, black and white Robin. And I was really, really excited when they did Egghead. Now, this is a character that I've always found kind of fascinating and interesting for the 66 line. The 66 show. I love the obscure Bat Rogues, and this guy is right up there. Brand new Batman villain, never released before in 6 and 7 inch scale. That is exactly what I was hoping for with this line, and they delivered. Backside, you can see the Vincent Price Egghead. Love it. One of my favorite figures in the line. Probably my favorite figure in the entire line. Then, the black and white Riddler. Now, this guy came with a cane. The regular one did not. It's like they're slowly trying to creep some accessories in here. I think that was the first accessory in the entire line. And, I mean, yes, they have the action bubbles, but it's not a traditional type accessory. The back, black and white Riddler. Now, in addition to that, this is the unmasked version, but he has the domino mask around his neck, so they added that accessory as well. But you're not going to be able to get that one off his head unless you heat it up. Here's the black and white Robin. A way for them to capitalize on the Series 1 figure. Straight re-release. And you know what? They should re-release the Batman and Robin because they sold out a long time ago and a lot of people don't have them. And they're actually doing just that. Those are getting re-released pretty soon. And here's Egghead. I absolutely love this figure. He is so cool. Vincent Price. The likeness is decent. He's got that giant bald egghead. Egg-colored suit. It's yellow. It's white. Just like an egg. The figure is pretty basic, but I really, really like this figure. He is awesome. And did I mention I really like Egghead? Here's a custom Egghead that my wife made for me 15 or so years ago. And then we have the black and white version of the Riddler. It's the unmasked sculpt, but he's got the loose mask around his neck here. If you wanted to heat his head up, you could take it off. I don't know, do whatever you want to do with it. And here's the 6th wave of figures. We have Radioactive Cal Batman, Two-Face, and King Tut. In this wave, they finally introduced traditional accessories. Thank you, it took you long enough. And they also branched out. In addition to the Batman Classic TV series figures, they started making figures from the Batman 66 comic, which was a continuation of the series to a point. I think that's really cool. We're going to get even more characters that we didn't get before, and they're all going to be the same scale and style. So, Radioactive Cal Batman. Pink Cal looks ridiculous. He's got a radio and a batarang. Fantastic accessories. Now, this Batman was an episode where he fought the Mad Hatter, so I hope eventually they sneak him in the line too. On the back, Batman with the pink cowl. Ridiculous. The image from the TV show figures. Then we have Two-Face. I think it's really cool they made Two-Face. He comes with a large coin. Two-Face was never in the show. They deemed him to be too gruesome. But he was in the comic. As you can see at the top here, Batman 66, that's the comic logo. A little bit different than the TV show logo. On the back side, here's Two-Face, and here's an image from the comic. A little bit different from the show. And then here is King Tut. Very heavy, big action figure. Another brand new Bat Rogue, and I love it. He's got the Egyptian sort of staves. Backside, King Tut. An awesome figure. This wave has Two-Face and King Tut, which were stellar releases. Here is Radioactive Cal Batman. Absolutely ridiculous with this pink cowl. Matching the theme of the show once again. And then here's Two-Face. Pretty traditional looking Two-Face. Split right down the middle. That straight line that I've always never been fond of when they make it like that. It goes all the way down. The duality. Pretty cool on one side. Even cooler on the other. I love that they're making comic figures mixed in with this line. I think that's a great choice. And then we have King Tut. Brand new Bat Rogue. Love it. Big fat dude. It's a heavy action figure. He's got some cloth of soft goods robe here. Detail, texturing is pretty nice on this guy. And then here's Series 7 of these figures. We have Batman and Robin with their rebreathers, and then even more accessories. And we also got Batgirl. About time. Batgirl was a member of the Bat family on the show, and there weren't that many Bat allies. Now, in the past, McFarlane had stated they could not make a Batgirl figure as they were unable to acquire the likeness of Yvonne Craig. But, little dirty dogs, they found a workaround there. They made this Batgirl based off the Batman 66 comic, not off the TV show. And you know what? As I understand it, they tried to go the right way, but if their estate wouldn't work with them, I think it's really clever they did this. Batman, he's got the bazooka and the rebreather. Backside, Batman with the oxygen mask on. And we have Robin the exact same way. The rebreather, batarang, radio, oxygen mask on the back. They're a little bit more serious variants, a little less goofy than the swim trunks or the boxing gloves. And then we have Batgirl. She looks awesome. Not exactly like Yvonne Craig, but it looks just like Batgirl from the show. Batarang, bat cuffs. Really nice release. Now these are the figures from Series 7. Series 8 is going to be coming out shortly, and that's mostly based off the comics. We have Superman from the 66 comic, the Batman robot, Lord Deathman, and he even has a Platinum Chase variant. Very excited for that figure. Joker as Batman. Once again, looks like a very solid wave. Can't wait to have those on hand. Here's this Batman with the oxygen mask. Once again, reusing the initial sculpt of Batman with just some very minor differences, being the head. The oxygen mask looks pretty cool. And here's Robin with his rebreather. Same as Series 1, but he has the oxygen mask, which once again looks pretty cool. And it's very appropriate as the Batboat came out around this time. And then we have Batgirl. A reminder, this Batgirl's from the comic, not from the TV show, but they looked the same. So it works, as the comic is a continuation of the 66 show. Batgirl here, really cool to finally be able to put her with Batman and Robin. She got the purple suit on, yellow cape, Yellow belt, yellow symbol, kind of red hair, although it looks a little more brown on the figure. Very happy to add her to the Bat family. And like I said, I'm pretty sure McFarlane tried to do it the right way, but they found a workaround. Here is a lunchbox, kind of like an old school retro lunchbox. This is a con exclusive, and it was a 4-pack, although it's pretty easy to get at the Target's website. Very interesting way to present a 4-pack of figures. I think the packaging is fantastic. As you can see, McFarlane Toys, Batman Classic TV Series. We have Batman and Robin on the front. I believe this is based off of old sort of collector's cards from back then. Batman Classic TV Series, Action Bubble Effects. Same thing. On the back, you can see the figures. Collector's cards that come with this. Pretty cool set. And here are these 4 figures out of the package. I appreciate there are at least some subtle differences between the individual releases. Batman and Robin have totally white eyes, just like the packaging and card art behind them. Robin's paint job is a little bit darker than the individual release. The Joker is a much darker purple suit, and then Penguin has a black hat instead of purple. And then here's the Batmobile. This came out with the first series of figures, and the Batmobile, although it looks good, is far too small. It's underscaled, even for these small figures. The figures could look kind of ridiculous in it. Their heads are sticking up way above the bubble. You gotta have the Batmobile for a line of figures like this, but I wish they had done a better job with it. The Mattel Batmobile is a lot better than this one. Packaging is open. DC, McFarlane Toys, Batmobile, 66 Classic TV Series. Backside, got the Batmobile, figures inside the Batmobile, and the Batmobile in the Batcave. Here's the Batmobile out of the package. Like I said, it looks good, but if you want the best one, get the Mattel 66 version. I think the McFarlane figures look better, but the Mattel car is much better. Yeah, you can actually put the figures inside, but they stick out way too far. The wheels actually spin. And then here's the Batcycle with sidecar. Now, this thing doesn't look to be nearly as good a value as the Batmobile. Look at how much empty space there is in packaging, and it costs the same. DC, McFarlane, Batcycle with sidecar, Classic TV Series. It does have the sidecar and has removable little small vehicle thing. On the back, got Batcave, Batman Classic TV Series, Batman and Robin on the cycle, and then Batman in the cave. Here's the Batcycle with sidecar out of the package. It's actually scaled a lot better with the figures compared to the Batmobile. Looks pretty good. And then here's the newest vehicle, the Batboat. I fully expect them to do a Batcopter next. That way we get all the vehicles that Batman and Robin use in the show and the movie. Maybe we'll get a Batgirl motorcycle. And who knows what else the comics could possibly bring. Same packaging. Batboat. Looks pretty cool. Fit both the figures in there. Has a fin that'll come up. On the back, Batcave, Batman Classic TV Series, the boat in the water from the movie, and Batman in the cave. And then here's the Batboat out of the package. This thing does actually float in water. It's got the fin, all kind of sort of flame decal accessories on the side. Figure can actually fit. Batman drives on the right hand side in this one, and I'd say it's scaled up pretty decent with the figures. A little bit underscaled, but not as bad as the Batmobile. And then they made some play sets for this line. We have the Batcave, the Villain's Lair, and the Wayne Manor Library. The Batcave is way too small, underscaled with the figures, and it kind of sucks. The Villain's Lair and the Wayne Manor Library are absolutely awesome. Really detailed, a ton of cool accessories, and they even work with your 7-inch figures. Very, very pleased with those two. Not so much with the Batcave. Although you have to have Batcave with these figures, but I would have gladly paid a little bit more for a better Batcave. These things were all $30, although I think the price is closer to $35 at this point. I would have gladly paid a little more to have a better, fuller, bigger Batcave. So, here's the Batcave in the package, Classic TV Series, Batcave. I like it as a window box. You can actually see what the playset's going to be like. Batman with a back computer. On the back side, you can see image of the cave, some computers, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, Batmobile, Batman Robin in the cave, 24 inches wide, but that counts even the small little dinky areas here. Then we have the Villain's Lair. Like I said, totally turned around my opinion on these playsets. Villain's Lair, it is awesome. One side, you can see the villains from the movie. Backside, 4 villains. We have the actual set here. The villains can interact. There's a table. They can all sit there, play cards. Individualized bookshelves for each character. Catwoman has a little cat food fridge. This thing is awesome. And the most recent one, Wayne Manor Library. This is a library from the Wayne Manor. It's got the statue that acts as the Batcave, the red bat phone. Awesome. We do need a Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson to go with this thing. One side, Batman opening the statue. On the back, here's the playset. Batman and Robin and the bat poles. And then the set in its entirety, and it's awesome. Very all-purpose. You can use that for a ton of things. And then here's the Batcave fully assembled. Yes, it looks cool, but it's just way too small for the scale of figures. The figures don't fit behind the railing. The car's too small. It just doesn't work. I wanted to like this thing so much, but ended up being a big disappointment. And here's a look at the Villain's Lair. This thing is awesome. It has personalized things for Joker, Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. Take all your other villains like King Tut, Egghead, Two-Face, Lord Deathman, and you can fill this entire Villain's Lair up. It is an awesome set. And then here is the Wayne Manor library setup. This thing looks awesome. I've seen people use this as sort of a generic building, generic office, even the X-Men mansion. It's an excellent setup, and I love regular displays like this. I actually got 3 of these things, 2 to open and enhance my overall Wayne Manor display. So that was the entire McFarlane 1966 Batman Classic TV series line. It's a great line. I really like the figures. The playsets and vehicles have been hit or miss. Villain's Lair and the Wayne Manor Library are excellent. I really like the Batboat. There's a ton more stuff I'd like to see from this line, such as different versions of the Riddler, different versions of Mr. Freeze, the 3rd version of Catwoman. I'd love to get Bookworm. I would love to get Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara, and Harriet, Alfred in his suit. I hope they give us a Commissioner Gordon's office. That would be excellent. We definitely need to get the Batcopter. Would love to get Batgirl's motorcycle, the Catmobile. Hell, they should even make Killer Moth from the Batgirl pilot. Overall, it's a very fun line. I can't wait to see what's coming up next after Series 8. The line started off, I didn't expect much out of it, but it's became so much more than I ever expected or ever thought possible. Thank McFarlane for especially Egghead, King Tut, and Lord Deathman. So this is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. Stay tuned. I'll be working on the McFarlane DC Multiverse Collection videos next. Once again, this is dHunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.